I tend to be a lucid dreamer. To that end, I like to record and talk about my favorite dreams. And so, that's what I plan to do today. I awaken in my most recent dream to a theater. It's not one that I've ever been to. It's not one that I know. But it's recognizable as being what it is. As I approach the extravagant building, my eyes turn towards the marquee. There are 21 theaters within this building, 21 shows showing. The names aren't all clear, but several of them come to light. Lust, Pride, and Nervana. As I open the doors to the theater and step inside, I approach the desk, which is being manned by a faceless, formless woman. She slides a ticket through the window, and I carry on. The theater is packed in an unnatural fashion. Hundreds of people stand and wait. Today, unlike many other days, I choose to bypass the concession stand. I feel no need for popcorn or soda this time around, so I expedite my way into the theater. I turn the first hall and start to make my way through it. As I do, I come to a fork in the road. I turn to face left, and the door leading to the wing closes, and ice forms around it. So I turn right instead. There is a line of people waiting to enter the theater labeled as Pride. The people standing in line are primarily dressed in college uniforms, black slacks or skirts, and blazers adorned with a school symbol. I don't recognize the symbol, but I recognize it for what it is. As I get closer to the door labeled Pride, the door is slightly ajar and I can look inside. The theater has an effect on people. It changes them, changes who they are and how they behave. What was surely college students outside, once passing over the threshold of the door, change into soldiers. All of them sharing no form of uniquity. All of them are of perfect symmetrical shapes and heights. All of them dressed in green, flags on their back, perfectly square chins. What's playing on the screen appears to be a newsreel. Something that would have looked perfectly natural at the end of the 1940s. The image is choppy, out of focus. The audio is in mono format. This does not interest me. I carry on. I find a set of stairs going up to the next level. Upon walking up them, I see another door. Water is leaking out from underneath it. I turn to see a door opening before me. The theater is corralling me, guiding me through its halls. I accept its invitation. I next pass the theater labeled as Lust. Again, there was a line of people waiting to enter, in an almost carnival-like atmosphere. Again, the people in line are all scholars, people dressed in their finest attire, men in classy coats, women in long skirts. Again, the door is slightly ajar, and I can look in. The ground is lined with peaches, and the people watching the show are not people, they're animals. Most prominently displayed is a rabbit in the back row, sitting up on its hind haunches, its hands pulled into its breast, watching the movie with much interest. The movie depicts what is most readily describable as goddesses engage in some form of pagan ritual. Again, this doesn't interest me. I carry on. Another stairwell. Another hallway. Doors close and lock around me. I pass by a dozen theaters. I don't bother to look at the names of them, or the shows that they're showing. I know where I'm going. I know what I want. I want Nervana. As I reach the upper echelons of the theater, I'm approached by a man who must be half my age. He explains to me that the theater head is being blocked by someone. My dream has created for me a Satan, a roadblock. I take delight in this. My dreams have done this to me before. Created enemies for me to fight. But I don't play fair. I never have. I play to win. When my dreams create for me monsters, I become one. I play their game. When my dreams create for me an evil that is beyond human comprehension, I summon heroes from my own personal mythology, as I'm sure many do. If I need a companion, I have a wolf that I summon to my side. If what before me seems unmovable, I can summon forth the gardener of Yggdrasil, and if that's not enough, I become the void. As I'm guided to the front of the next line, just as promised, a man stands before me. It's somebody that I should know, I feel, but the name that's associated with the face escapes me. The man that stands before me pulls down on his coat and brushes down his sides in a formal fashion, and he declares, "Dustin, you don't need to move forward. You've been here once before, but I want to move forward. I want to see what's behind the next door." The Satan that my dream has created for me charges forth to engage me in hand-to-hand combat. I don't need to channel heroes for this. My dream is giving me a mortal man to fight. That I'm prepared for. Nightmares have a certain quality amongst them. The responses to them are physically the same. Your body enters flight mode. Your heart rate increases to its maximum capacity. Your respiration expands. Your blood flows hot through your veins. Your body becomes tense for only 12 seconds, almost without fail. I've been training in Taekwondo for 7 years. Before that, I had 3 years of Aikijutsu. And before that, 2 years of young Han. I'm prepared to engage my Satan in hand-to-hand combat. He isn't prepared to engage me. As he outstretches his arms to wrap him around my waist, I place one hand atop his head and pivot backwards, raising my other hand into MP. I thrust down into the side of his neck to unbalance him, as I tuck my arm under his, forcing him to step around me. I slide my hand under his crown and under his chin, grab him by the hair and by the neck, and as I drop back onto the other foot, I flip him over me. He falls on his back. I threaten to drop my weight upon him. A knee strike to a known opponent. 35 miles per hour worth of force will shatter a ribcage. He smiles. He knows that I've won. I carry forward. The smell of burning pine enters my chest. I smell smoke. I feel fire. I crack open the door to look into the next theater. What I see before me is no less than 200 bodies. They have been stripped of their identity. They have no face. They have no color, no hair. They are empty. Where their clothes once clung to their bodies, embers have taken hold, a light glow being the only thing that accents each body. I walk into the Nervana. I see there are people around me that I should know, that I should identify with, but who, or whatever they are, has long since left them. Once you've entered into Nervana, there is no black and there is no white. There is no good and there is no evil. There is no right and there is no wrong. There is enlightenment. Nothing more, nothing less. I find a seat in the back of the theater. I grin with intrigue. I flip up the hood of my sweater, and I wait for the fires of Nervana to take me.